Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum.
I have a confession.
These are her confessions. What's
Just
your confession?
what?
This one I thought that you would say whatever you need.
I didn't watch Scandal.
We agreed
I
that we
know.
would watch Scandal.
I know. I didn't watch it.
We agreed
I
that we
know.
would watch Scandal.
I know, and I'm so sorry.
I just feel like you had one to-do list.
I
You
know,
had
I
one
really did. I really did, and I
to-do list.
didn't. And for those of you watching and listening, I'm really sorry that I let you down. But I
I don't
promise.
believe her, you guys. I really don't believe her. I don't believe that she's sorry. I don't believe.
Well, where can the people find us, CoCo? Because we'll end
You
this
guys
one
can
short.
find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. You can see us there too, and a slew of other places. I also did not watch Scandal. I ended up watching Ozark.
The thing is, I knew that you didn't watch it either. But
You didn't know. You did not know.
Feeling
Let's
that you're
not
gonna be
play.
like, okay, like I didn't watch it either. But then you were like, oh, you didn't. You only have one job. Shut up. Go away.
Y'all see how she treats me? Oh,
Y'all saw how she treated me first, right?
I
We
mean,
not talked on this podcast that like some things like get a reaction for like what initiated it? Okay.
Not her talking to me like she me. Don't do me to me. CaMi, how are you? It's so good to see. Hey, oh my God, you married. Stop. It's so good to see you. Woo, where my church fan at? Just kidding. Woo. What's up with you?
How you doing?
How you doing? Yo, speaking of that real quick, did you see that she made a post saying that the Wendy Williams show will be coming back in September?
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Is that like for real or is that like wishful thinking?
You know what I think she's doing? I think the show will be back, but I think it's going to be like on some digital platform or maybe like a Facebook Watch or her website or something. But her coming back and taking over the new Sherry Shepherd show, I don't see that.
So like Roku television content.
Like the Mindy Project, how it hopped around.
Okay, it went from Fox to Hulu.
I knew you was gonna come with it because I know you watched the Mindy Project.
I mean, it wasn't good. Like the last few seasons weren't that great.
Okay.
And Hulu had some good content for a while. Some good. Well, no, not so good. It had some decent original content. Now everything is like murder and like dark, and we're going through stuff. Which, I mean, everybody's going through stuff. It's the end of the world.
Yeah. Who's like, we can relate. Come be somber.
Right. But yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
It's popping. It's popping.
You ain't friend. And I be loving it. I be loving it.
Did you like when that song came out and when you were at your locker in school, did you ever like
You already know. Ask and answer. You already know. Slam. You already know.
Oh my God. So good.
Speaking
of high school, I sent CoCo some of our prom pictures over the weekend.
Oh my goodness. When I say my eyes immediately started watering, I was just like,
we were babies.
Babies.
Yeah.
And I honestly also, just being honest, in high school, I thought I was just like the biggest, fattest, most morbidly obese person.
Didn't we all?
I guess, but to look back at photos and like see arm bones and stuff, I'm like,
you were
what made me think that? I wasn't skinny.
You were tiny.
I was not this. Yes, I was tinier than what I imagined myself being in that body was. Because when I saw that picture and then I don't whose house? Maybe my grandparents. I went to their house and I saw my prom picture too, and I was just like, I thought I was 10 pounds overweight. 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 I was 10 pounds overweight a completely different person visually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw those and I
No.
was like, cry. Then I was like, is that my arm bone?
Whenever I look at pictures of my younger self and knowing what I thought about myself and my body type at the time, I'm like, why did I think that? Like, this
Right.
girl was gorgeous. She was not this, like you said, this morbidly obese person. Like, I thought I was a whale back then. And I think I'm a
Yes.
whale right now. And I'm just like, that's because I am a whale right now. Like,
Stop it.
no, it's true.
It's
The
really not.
the viewers only see the top of. They don't see like the bottom half
And
of
that's
this.
all they need to see. You nasty. That's all they need to see.
Yeah, it's just so wild how we think about ourselves, especially at such a crucial age. I mean, why were we putting ourselves down like that?
Right. Obviously, entertainment, television, what we see.
Obviously.
In addition to in school bullies.
Yes.
Some of them even bigger than us at the time, but
Yes.
having the money and the vocal power or prowess to overtalk you and get, this group think to think about you a certain way or treat you a certain way. So then you start believing these things, especially when it's repeated Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. And I think I'm trying to get to a better place of just appreciating my body, because I do appreciate my body. I'm very thankful for what my body is doing for me. It's keeping me alive. It can walk. It can talk. It can move its arms around. It can bust a move at the drop of a hat and things like that. But bars. That was a nasty little burp. But because I'm so used to hearing what my body should be like and seeing pregnant people look better than me right now, or even like recently, this whole news of Kim Kardashian losing 16 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm like, these messages are not good for my mental health, like, at all, and it's not good for my body's health either. That's wild.
And
why are you putting your body through such stress like that? That's not okay.
And being proud of it. And I just feel like I part of me, I can understand the mentality if you're like, I started making healthier decisions so that I could fit into this iconic gown. Mm-hmm. But coming out and saying, in 3 weeks, I lost 16 pounds, I just feel like has such negative connotations for people who look to you, because obviously you're one of the most followed people in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have kids, not questioning your mothering or anything like that. But it's like, if you think that's okay, then, and you have, daughters, then of course, everyone else who's following you is like, oh, this is what I should be doing. This is the rate at which I should be losing weight, or these are the goals I should be trying to attain. And it's just like, what? I'm always happy and proud when I'm like, meeting certain goals or staying on a healthier way. But I don't know if I'd ever be proud to, or I don't know if I just, even if I lost, that amount of weight in 3 weeks, I don't know if I'd be like, hey, you guys, I lost 16 pounds in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then also like y'all, the flat tummy tea crew and the waist trainer crew and all that. And there's nothing wrong. You do what you want to do, but it's like, it's not promoting healthy and what's the word I'm looking for? Long-standing or longevity in regards to getting it off,
Right.
So that's how I think of that.
And like I've always struggled with my weight. I'm struggling with my weight right now. I'm supposed to, like, as I was talking to you before, it's wedding season. Like, I'm about to be super busy. I had to reorder a bridesmaid's dress that I'm gonna be wearing in a wedding in June for my future sister-in-law. And my future sister-in-law, she's petite, she's tiny, and I'm a big girl, and it's okay. Like, I'm a big girl. Like, that's what the scale says. That's what my body looks like. That's what a lot of I've had to size up in clothing. Like, it's fine. But when it comes to trying on these dresses for these formal events, I just get so anxious when I look at myself in the mirror. And I'm pretty sure that Azazi is out to get wedding parties that are over the size of 6, because none of those dresses are flattering in the least bit. I got my new dress, and I'm just like, I mean, it's not my wedding, whatever, I'll show up, but does showing up mean I have to look and not feel my best? Because when I was getting married and I was picking out dresses, like, it was my thought process was like, I want to look good, but I also want my wedding party to look good.
How considerate.
And to this day, I still get people asking, where did they get these dresses from? Because my bridal party looked so good.
Yes.
They looked amazing. They looked like stars. They just looked so sexy. I can't handle it. Like, I remember one of my brother's friends were like, your sister's friends are so hot. And he was like, they're all taken. Like, stop ogling them. You freak. And yeah, like, and this is like the last wedding of all the string of weddings that I'm going to too. So I'm just like, this is probably the ugliest I'm going to feel this year. And I'm trying to get out of that mindset because I'm like, oh, well, I'm feeling so negative towards it. Like, maybe if I think a little bit more positively, then I can really rock this dress. But I cannot get out of the headspace. Every time I try on the dress, I'm just like, I'm on the verge of crying every time I want to put it on and try it on. And I'm like, I can't get a new dress at this point. Wedding is too near. Yeah. I need to start thinking about getting alterations done.
Right. That's what I was going to ask about.
I've scoured the site. None of the dresses that have been picked for me are flattering on my body type at all. So I'm like, these are the cards that I'm dealt. And you know what? It's fine. I will figure out a way to make it work.
So even after alterations in the fittings, you don't feel like, okay, this could be pinned here, this could be like swooped or changed? Like,
I haven't even gone to alterations yet.
Okay.
I just received the new dress over the weekend.
Okay.
And I tried it on. And it's better than the last dress.
Was it better than the old dress?
It's better than the last dress.
I do want to go back also and say it's very considerate of you when thinking about the wedding party. So far, I think I've been like 3 or 4 weddings my entire life. And when you, yes, it is about the bride and groom. Like, I completely understand and agree with that. But also when you look good, you feel good. Right. I don't know if it's happy endorphins. I can't tell what it is that's unlocked, but when you feel good about what you're wearing, like, it exudes from you. You know what I mean? Like, it just puts you in a good mood, puts you in a good headspace, positive all around. So I appreciate that you did do that, or at least considered it for your bridesmaids. So did you guys have any say-so in any of the dress options?
No.
Okay. All right. So luck of the draw, or just deal with it, I guess.
It was just a deal with it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the next move?
I know that the awkward silence. I'm so sorry.
What's the next move?
The next.
If alterations don't work, you said there's not time for a third dress, like even online, expedited shipping, nothing?
Well, the thing is, you order the dress, it goes into production because they have to dye this dress. The production time is 3 to 4 weeks. And then after that is like another 2 to 3 weeks to get it shipped. So there's really no time to order a third dress.
There's not, it has to be this specific dye? Like, are you guys only working with a specific company?
Oh, girl, yes.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you can't find like a similarly colored dress on a different site, but okay, it's custom, not costume. Okay, I get you.
Right, correct.
I get it. Okay.
I will snap you later.
Okay. That's totally fine.
That's totally fine. But the outfits that I'm wearing to the other weddings, like, I got to choose them, and they look bomb on me. Because one of them, I'm just a guest, and the other one, I'm officiating the wedding. That's exciting. Yeah.
Wait, like, you're standing there, like, officiating the wedding?
Like, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry,
I have questions.
I will be commissioner for the day in San Diego County. I think that's the county. Yeah.
Not you going to San Diego.
Yeah, I'm going to San Diego.
Not you going to San Diego. So did you like do the thing where it's like, let me get what do you call it? Not inaugurated. It starts with like an A or something. And you like go online and after 30 minutes, now you can officiate weddings. Is that like the thing?
I can't think of the word that you're thinking of. I don't know why I can't think of
Not
it.
admiral,
Well, they call it commissioner.
Commission.
Ordained. Is that what you're thinking of?
Ordained. Maybe I'm leaning on the A.
Maybe. I had to get specific paperwork signed and notarized. Okay. And then I sent it in to the county clerk at San Diego. Mm-hmm. And then they mailed me back my little certificate for the day.
Okay.
And then I have some vows that I need to like work on with the couple.
Oh my goodness. Like you're in it. Yeah. That's wild.
So I've been a bridesmaid. I'll be an usher, which I'm not looking forward to, let's be honest.
Funny.
I've been a bride, and now I'll be a commissioner.
You should just like be playing bingo. Like
I need to play wedding bingo. I've never been a flower girl. So if anybody wants me to be the flower girl at the wedding, please let me know because I'd like to check that off my bingo card.
That would be fun. I've been seeing way more like adults be like the flower
men, flower women. I've seen so many cute. Flower men, and it's so hilarious. I love it so much.
It is. I really, really like that. I wouldn't even say trend. I just like that selection. I think
I like that selection too. I like that people are making weddings their own. It's not this. It doesn't have to be like by the book. And I think when I was planning mine, I was trying to go like by the book in like some aspects, but like incorporate things that were important to me, and like some people were like into it and some people weren't, but I just enjoy that people are doing their own thing and it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. So I mean, I'm cool with some nods to tradition, but I am definitely more so like make my own thing or what makes me comfortable.
right
Yeah. So
what's that?
Heavy News Week.
Heavy News Week.
Where would you like to start?
I mean, it's all bad. Where do you want to start?
It's all bad.
Because all of it, when I was reading all of the news, every time I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like that lady in that movie, Atlantis the Lost Empire, there's this older lady. She goes, "We are all gonna die." That's how I feel. I feel like that lady.
I'm laughing, but I'm with you on that. I feel like we're all gonna die. I guess we could start with the possibly we're all gonna die, and I feel like that's the impending clashing and war between like Russia and China, and everyone's like, "Oh, I have nukes. Oh, I have nukes too. My missile's long. My missile's longer. My bombs explode. My bombs explode bigger." There's just like this big old show of power that's going back and forth, and I'm like, the people who are going to get hurt the most are the citizens that don't get to make these direct choices, or they're just pressing a button where everything goes boom to kill other people, and then there's retaliation, or while everyone else gets to hide either in their bunkers or in some government facility, or if you have like a lot of money and you've built your own facility, you know what I mean? It's like the people that lose in these situations are the people that you all are depending on your day-to-day tasks. So I think about that. I've mentioned before, like nuclear warfare has always unnerved me, and I feel like it's always been close. I feel like people haven't thought about it, but in my head, since I was young, nuclear warfare has always been right around the corner.
Okay, I have felt that too, like since the W years.
Okay.
That's how that's the way you feel about nuclear warfare. Like, that's how I feel about nuclear warfare. Okay. Like, ever since 9/11, I'm just like, okay, I'm tense.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think that might have been the start of like me recognizing my anxiety. I think that was the day that I stopped being a kid.
That's a memorable marker. I was watching my other friend's pod, And there was one point where he was talking with his guest that he had, and then in the background you just hear, and it sounds like a bomb is about to drop on them, and they both just get silent, and they're both looking at each other, and I was just like, like what's about to happen, and it ended up being fireworks, but they both looked at each other like, oh, this is it. And that really like shook me a bit. And I'm hoping I don't cry. But I was, immediately I thought, well, they uploaded the episode, so clearly, they're still alive. But two, it's like, what do? You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do when you start hearing sirens, when you hear warnings, you hear or people chaotic in the street, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. And I'm just like, we have no control over this. It's not like we have a dome or a bubble over, this country. So if something happens, it's just like, okay, it started. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
gosh, that's so unnerving.
Right.
You telling that story, I'm trying to get my heart rate down.
When I heard it, I was just like, oh my God, like a bomb is about to fall on them.
That's really scary.
It ended up being fireworks. And then again, thinking, well, they posted the episode, but the way they kind of just looked at each other, like they didn't panic or anything. They both just kind of stopped talking and looked at each other like, this is the end. This is it.
Wow. I would have gone into full panic mode. I would have been like,
Mr. Krasny.
Honestly, I don't know how I would react. I know that I would panic.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do. I think I'd make a couple of phone calls. I would definitely make a couple of phone calls. Yeah. But then again, I'm thinking like if towers are down or cell phones are down, you know what I mean? Like stuff starts happening. So I immediately think phone calls. Then after that, I'm just like, there's nothing else I can do.
Right. Oh my God. We live in a scary world.
Yeah.
I should probably call my therapist, but I'm not going to.
What? Not you not calling your therapist.
I've been avoiding therapy for a couple of weeks.
Not you avoiding therapy.
I know.
Do you know why, or do you want to talk about why?
I just don't want to pay for it.
I thought there was a deeper rooted issue.
If you're my husband and if you're listening to this, stop listening.
Because will he come in the comments and be like, she has the means?
He'll be like, you can afford therapy. Go to therapy. I don't want to. I also just don't want to talk to anybody right now.
Yeah, I feel that. So we can wrap this up.
Okay, I also just don't want to talk to a licensed therapist right now.
Got you. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is on your mind, Cami?
Jeez. I have a love-hate relationship with fireworks, honestly.
Really? Since when?
Well, since forever, because number one, I grew up in Stone Mountain.
Okay.
And every 4th of July, they do the big fireworks show. I mean, they have the laser show during the summertime. Mm-hmm. But during the 4th of July, there are always people like parked in my neighborhood so that they can also see the fireworks at Stone Mountain. So it was just like, I don't need all of these strangers outside my bedroom window. Like, this is really creepy.
Right.
Also, I don't know if it's a gunshot or a firework.
Hello. You better say that again.
Those are really my two main reasons for having a love-hate relationship with fireworks, because sometimes fireworks can be cute. Can be.
I've seen people say for people that have PTSD that it's a trigger, and also people with animals who have anxiety, it's also a trigger.
Yeah.
Or people that have anxiety, or don't know. My
sister doesn't like fireworks. She used to. I think she's gotten used to it, but she used to hate fireworks.
Yeah.
Like she would cry.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can see that being a source of discontent.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Especially when you can't decipher honestly between like fireworks or gunshots. And then it's also it's like for either one, what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna go outside. Like I just have to.
Okay. I'm just gonna hide underneath my sheets. Read my book by flashlight.
I flashlight. Yeah. Last time I heard like a pop, 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 I was like, let me just close the blinds.
Why do we always close the blinds first?
Don't know.
I'm so serious.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things like, in case something crazy is happening, like, let me let you not see that I'm home. Right. Or maybe it's like, let me let you not see that I could possibly be a witness. Like, I didn't see anything, not available for anything.
I am the queen of making sure you don't know that I am home. I heard
turn off porch lights and everything.
Oh, absolutely. The other day, someone rang our doorbell, and I don't know who it was, but I heard the doorbell. I slunk to the ground, and I shimmied myself to the other side of the living room to make sure I wasn't seen. Like, you will not clock me in my own home. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness, not getting clocked. I've heard that friends also, but I've had one person do it before, but I've heard that people will like pop up like, hey, I'm at your house. And I'm like, that is not appropriate. That's not a thing to do. I can understand maybe you're like some random teenager and you live in the neighborhood. Hey, can Josie or John come out to play? But as adults, just popping up on somebody's house just doesn't seem.
So there once upon a time there in my life where I wanted that to be a thing. I wanted people to like just be able to come over anytime. Like, I would always have food available, stop by for a conversation. Because I feel like growing up, there were homes like that where we're just gonna pop by so-and-so's house, and they were just like, yeah, I'm so happy you stopped by. And they always had an orange soda, some high seas, some Capri Suns for the kids. Like, and we would just spend hours there. But I got older, and I hate people just stopping by unannounced. Why are you stopping by unannounced to my house? I haven't had a moment to clean my house so that you can judge me. And not, granted, people aren't coming to my house with their white gloves and testing to see like what dust is settling on the mantle. But number one, why are you here? Number two, how long do you plan on staying? Because I have friends that want to stop by and just spend forever here.
Aww.
And I'm like, I don't want you to spend forever here. I'm not that girl, at least not anymore. Please leave. Your timer started 30 seconds ago, and you have 15 minutes to state why you're here.
Not state why you're here. Yeah, I feel you on that. How, again, maybe in a younger or at a different time, I would have wanted, people to be able to feel like, oh, I'm comfortable enough to stop over at CoCo's house, or CoCo, could make time for me, or, would be available, but no.
Yeah.
I've had somebody come and knock on the door, and I was just like, I was looking at the peephole, just looking at them. And I'm like, no, you can't just pop up here. You know what I mean? No.
And especially in, I don't want to say post-COVID, but now that we know that COVID is a thing, I don't like unannounced visitors. Like, I need to know, number one, where have you been?
Hello?
And number two, please don't track COVID into my house.
Hello? Hello? Spray you down outside. 5432. Whatever they say.
In Monsters Inc.
Whatever they say. Yeah. Speaking of visitors.
Oh boy.
And guests. Or unwanted guests and guests of that nature.
Are we talking about our periods? I'm a period girl.
I feel like I could have had a freestyle to that if I saw that coming, but I completely did not see that coming. I
want honey pot pads, and I want a hot pad on my... Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I was going to say something, and I was like, never mind. Okay. No, I'll finish that rhyme for you off air.
For explicit, rated E. Not for everyone. No, I'm going to get into the OMC. We're going to get into the OMC universe a little bit. Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay, y'all, my peaches, buckle up, grab your popcorn. Wait, hit pause right now. Get a drink, get a snack.
Oh my goodness. I cannot. I cannot. As you guys can tell, CaMi is very animated about this topic. You would think it was hers. She's so animated.
Listen,
It might as well be hers.
I've been on the journey.
She's been on the journey. She and two others. One of them have fallen off, so she is one of two who have stayed along the OMC journey.
Listen, everyone. I just want CoCo to know that she deserves better.
I'm just trying to figure out what all I want to share and where I want.
You have the floor. I might pop in with a facial expression or it's 1,000,001.
Right. Okay. I think I'm gonna just talk in generics. And you guys, we're gonna get into a situationship that CoCo was in and is no longer in.
Would you like to define situationship?
Sure. A situationship is a situation devoid of a relationship. So that can mean like you like somebody, they like you, and you guys are exclusive, or you can mean like you like somebody, y'all are seeing each other hanging out, but you're also seeing other people. It just basically means like, we're spending time together, getting to know each other, but we're not official. That's in general what a situationship can be. It can be sexual, non-sexual. It can be we talk every day. It could be we talk every blue moon. It's whatever you make it. But again, there's no obligation to each other. So
right.
That's the situationship.
Okay. Speak your truth.
So, I recently had a situationship come to a close. And it was after months. Has it been months?
It's been months, but it felt like 17 years.
Oh my gosh. After months of things that weren't adding up, things that did not make sense, things that started to make sense, but still was not okay, like situations, treatment, communication.
For the record, things that started to make sense to her still did not make sense to the outsiders.
Well, just to be clear, that's because I didn't convey every single thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is fair because this is her. She does not have to share everything because it is her situationship between her and the other person. Like, that is their business. But knowing how it affected her and how it was leaking into the outside of the situationship, we were like, cut the cord.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They were. I told them as much as I could, obviously, about my end. But when it comes to like privacy for other people's, business and stuff, there's certain stuff where I'm like, would I want them to tell this if it was their friend, it was me? If the answer was no, when I think about, if I was in his shoes, then I just wouldn't say it. So
and that is one of the things that I have admired about you throughout this whole thing, that you are very considerate and very respectful of the other person's boundaries and feelings. And like, if I needed to tell CoCo a secret, she was going to keep that secret lock and key. Okay.
Right.
And
unless the mister hit me up in the comments, because then, I can't do anything about that. If he finds me from the comments, I'm just kidding. Kind of. He scares me a little. I'm joking. Kind of. But patience but to a fault, I'd say. Like, to a fault. So at the point where I realized, like, okay, I need to remove myself from the situation. My two confidants had already reached that point like weeks ago. And they were advising me as such, and I appreciated it. But I also appreciate that these aren't the confidants that's like, this is my advice and you have to take it. Because you know what I mean? Everyone's going to come to their own conclusion in their own due time and see what needs to happen. So what am I trying to say in this situation? So in the situation, I found myself, the main reason I feel like I stayed so long is because when I look at my prior situations, relationships, situationships, male friendships that turned into something or didn't turn into something, they didn't work out. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, whether we weren't compatible, whether we just ran our course, whatever it was. But in my thinking of this situation with OMC, we'll just say OMC, I wanted to give it more grace or more time for, okay, this doesn't feel 100% right, but maybe that's old CoCo's thinking. Let me, adjust myself. Let me try to be malleable. Let me try to be flexible. Let me try to be, I won't say not be myself, but let me try to be a less skeptical version of myself. Let me try to be a less intense version of myself. Like, I'm still being myself, but let me not be quick to like, no. Go ahead.
Right. And the Scorpio within me is like, because I'm so secretive and I don't tell people things, like, I'm going to be very wary of everybody. I don't trust you. I have trust issues with everybody.
As you should. As you should. As you should. So yeah, it's just been a lot of rough days. And when I look at it, I'm like, I had a lot of rough days for someone I did not have a committed relationship with. Someone I did
Yes.
was not my boyfriend, someone who I was not his girlfriend, no kind of official label.
Mhm.
And like, I mean, like rough days. I mean, like upset days when I haven't been, like,
Upset.
when I haven't been up. I'd even say angry, and I can't tell you the last time I've been angry. I either get upset or disappointed. Those are usually my two like negative emotions that I like flow within. And I got angry. I was crying a couple of those, more than a couple of those days. I was like going off. I was trying to make sense of things, and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like,
those days were really hard to like watch you go through. Like, it was upsetting for me because, number one, like, I hated seeing you like that.
yeah,
Because why is someone making you feel this way? Number one.
yeah,
And then number two, like, you deserve so much better.
right.
You deserve someone that is going to be respectful of your time and energy,
Mm-hmm.
and to be a matched partner. And
Right.
this was clearly unmatched.
And so I kept trying to find ways where, well, we are matched with this, or this is lining up, or maybe there's a reason for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'd say the first couple of weeks, I just kind of like let things play out. I typically like I let people show me who they are. You get what I'm saying? Without necessarily a lot of confrontation or a lot of questions being asked. But in subsequent weeks, I was like, no, it's time to start asking some questions. Like 1 + 1 isn't equaling 2 here. A plus B is not giving me C. Your Y and X axis are off kilter. So when I started asking questions like, why isn't 1 + 1 equaling 2? The response would be like, oh, open the, Word document. What?
What?
What are you saying to me?
The responses were never straightforward. Ever.
They were never straightforward. And if I did get a straightforward response, it did not address my original issue. Mm-hmm. But again, it was just enough for me to hang on a little bit longer, or just enough for me to be like, okay, at least I received a response that was more relative this time than the last 10 times. You know what I mean? So maybe there's progress. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe this is turning into something. Mm-hmm. And the more time that went by, I also added in one of my guy friends to the fold and started, just getting his feedback. He's very real. He's very, like, I won't say abrasive, blunt. He's very blunt. And so I gave him maybe like 10 minutes worth of information. And he was like, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then CoCo, it's a duck. What are you doing with a duck? And I was just like, no, it's not a
but
duck.
He's got rabbit tendencies.
Right? He has a rabbit tail. He has cute little ears and a little piggy coil. He's like, it's a duck. And I'm like, no. It can't be a duck. Like, I know what ducks are. I don't allow ducks into my pond. Like, no.
You all don't understand the amount of times I have heavily rolled my eyes and Regina George screamed every time CoCo would do this. Like, no, he's got a rabbit tail and he's so cute and he's got rabbit ears and he's just so soft and fluffy.
Yeah, an undisclosed, unknown amount of times. So I will say this now, and I'll say it in the future. I appreciate you for not being one of the three that was just like, all right, I said what I had to say about the situation. I'm out. So I appreciate you for still lending an ear and a voice. I really do appreciate you for that.
I also hope that, like, the advice that I would give you was not coming off as take this advice right now, because I mean, it's your life. You got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You make the choices for yourself. You have to do what feels right for you, especially in that moment.
Right.
All I can do is support you, be
Mm-hmm.
there for you, call you out when I need to call you out, which I
Right.
did.
You did.
And I would hope that you would call me out if ever I was like, you know.
Absolutely not. Not. That means yes. Absolutely not. Not means yes. Anywho, yes, I of course. You know, I was very receptive to you being open and honest. That is a policy I practice. You guys and gals and living children, babies, animals, whoever's listening. That is a policy I try to practice across the board, like being open and honest, and just over the years learning how to even receive it. You know what I mean? Like giving it is one thing, but being able to receive it and hear it, and ultimately, like I said earlier, still make your own decision. So, fast forwarding a bit. So there was a lot of just what I felt like I was giving excuses, and I did have to own up to that and be accountable for me being in situations and relaying things and being like, well, I'm not shooting this person bail. I'm not, trying to make excuses for him. But when I look back at the things I was saying, I'm like, these are excuses. And I can't even get a clear response
Some
from
of them are the same excuses.
Oh, I can't even get a clear response for him. So why am I giving excuses when I'm trying to justify certain situations? So then I was just like, I know who I am. I know what caliber of woman I am. I know what kind of level of friend I am. I know what kind of human I am. I am short and certain and, selective and happy with the person that I am. So why am I allowing someone else to treat me this way? And even if it's unbeknownst to them, even if it's unintentional, it's still happening. So yeah, so that situation ship has what's the ship flown his flag? Flag is ship, shipped is ship, shipped out?
Sailed.
There we go. I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there with you. I was gonna get there. So that situation ship has sailed. I was gonna get there. That situation ship has sailed.
He has kept you in this hamster wheel time loop for so long that like you couldn't think of the word.
That's true. That's true.
So you're forgiven. It's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
I did bring up to CaMi. I said, what if I, just said, no, we're not working towards anything. It's nothing sexual. It's no lovey-dovey, huggy, and we just try to be friends. And she vehemently and expeditiously let me know that this person hasn't even been a friend to you during this situationship. And that is something that I need to hear, because I'm sure it's also something that I put in the back of my mind. I'm just like, again, making excuses and shooting bail and all these things. And
I just feel like friends show up for one another, and he has not shown up for you.
That
every time he has needed you, you have shown up, because that's what you do for a friend.
Yeah,
you show up when they need you. You show up in their time of need. Redundant. You're there for their good times, and you're there for their bad times, and you have shown that. He's not shown up for you,
right?
Even in the smallest opportunities that you've given him to just show up, he has not.
Right.
And he is ridden with excuses.
Yeah.
And
I don't believe people can change people. I just thought that the light bulb would go off eventually. It would be a, dang, I'm about to lose CoCo. Let me work on this. Or dang, let me look back at these messages and try to figure out what she's saying. Or dang, let me reach out to her because I said I would reach out to her and I said that I wanted to clear this up. Or, just to me, it's like common sense initiative.
I really think he would have been doing this for another 20 years and thinking it's okay.
Mm.
I really do.
Which is sad to hear, because it's like, at your core, I feel like you're a good egg. And I feel like I'm a good egg, but we don't need to be on the same farm.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
And that just sucks, because
I know it sucks, but like, two good people don't necessarily make for a good relationship.
Correct. Or friendship.
Or friendship,
apparently.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the situationship ending?
I feel like I still want answers, and not in the sense of that I want closure, but I want it. I just want truth and honesty. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't feel like I've been not given truth and honesty through lies. I feel like I've been not given truth and honesty through omission. And so I'm just like, at this point, you have nothing to lose since I'm already gone. So tell me what you were omitting.
Right.
That's kind of what I want to know, is that curiosity part of me that just wants to know.
This situationship feels like a season 1 or a pilot season that ends on a cliffhanger that did not get picked up for a season 2.
That is a perfect description. And I do not use the word perfect lightly. That is a perfect description. This is a pilot season, and we did not get, or a pilot episode, and we did not get picked up for a full season. Which is funny, because again, I've had these other shows that have gotten greenlit for 2-3 seasons that's just been like, watch us.
Yes, you have.
Like, no, I'm going to put energy into this pilot. I believe in this pilot. I know this pilot could work out. If y'all just gave this pilot some time and some grace and some views.
And we're over here reading the script like, this does not make sense. We're jump cutting to all these different scenes that don't flow together. I think we need to go back to the drawing board. And you're like, no. I see the vision.
Not that I see the vision, voice, ma'am. Ma'am.
Just follow the bouncing ball.
Right. I don't, and that's the other thing. I don't feel like I was like cajoled or led astray or convinced. So I feel like I was within my right mind going through this, but I also feel like at times I was watching myself through a lens. Like, you need to remove yourself from this situation, but I'm watching myself go through the motions. That this isn't, long lasting or filled with longevity. You're going through the motions. And I saw it all the way through, I feel like. So that's where we're at now.
I really do think that you tried. You gave it 110%, and you were only getting 30% energy back.
That's being very generous coming from you.
It is very generous coming from you. Very generous, because I have shared words with CoCo about the situationship, and I have not held back.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate my friends being screwed over by stupid people.
Yeah. You have said
that. I don't want to call them stupid people, because they're not stupid. I don't appreciate people taking your generosity for granted. I don't appreciate people being taken advantage of.
Right.
I don't appreciate kindness being taken for weakness. And then just like,
or even not reciprocated. I was going to say, even that my kind of kindness, that this is the standard that you're expecting from me, but you're not willing to give it as well. Yeah, I thought about that too. Or in one of my communications, I did use the word reciprocated. I said, everything that I can and could have done for you, I have done, and it hasn't been reciprocated. And I don't know if he'll ever listen to this, but one of his responses was, okay, what is it that you want me to change? And I'm just thinking, it's been X amount of days that we've been getting to know each other. We've been, hanging around each other, spending time together, and you want me to just give you a laundry list of things to change?
Right.
I said, there's definitely a disconnect between us, and whether you see it or not, I'm the only one that's been working on it. So that's also wild to me, that you think that everything is copacetic, and it's not.
Yeah. And what also bothered me is you clearly expressed your issues, and every time this happened, I'm gonna start speaking in like Marvel time sequences or timelines or whatever, but like that would be like a new branch of the timeline just so that you can have like a derivative of that conversation later on, but it just still is going back to the genesis of we're not communicating properly.
No, you're completely right. It was definitely within the same umbrella. And CaMi said to me more than a couple times, "This is the same conversation." I'm like, "Well, it's a little different." She was like, "It's a little different, but it's the same conversation."
It's the same conversation.
Yeah. And then when I did start like looking at all the derivatives of the timeline or the different branches, I'm like, "Yeah, this is the same conversation." And
it's like saying, "Oh, like it's a different smoothie, but you're still having a smoothie every day for breakfast."
Yeah.
Different ingredients, same breakfast.
That's right. So, yeah. I always feel some feelings, emotions, when something doesn't work out as you expect it to, or may have wanted it to.
I think too, because you were excited in the beginning.
Very,
very, very excited.
Very.
Like very, very,
like
y'all.
Very, you guys. Like
very,
I'm
you
not gonna
guys.
say what I was saying, but I had no reason to be that excited. I don't know why. I kind of know why. Probably because this was like the first person I gave like an honest chance to since my last relationship. This is like the first person I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them an honest chance to, get to know this person fully without, being reserved, without like looking at them with one eye, like, what are your intentions? You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm just full in, palms up. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And I think where I get annoyed too is because I was excited along with you because you were excited.
I was like, very excited.
I trust your judgment and your perception of people. So I was like, oh, she's excited.
Right. Right. Right.
And then after month 1, I was like, no.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Yeah, she was trying to
goodbye. Capital BYE. Yeah. Bye. See you later. Adios. Sayonara. Pack it up. Let's go. Leave. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. See you later, sucker. Okay? Yeah. That's how I felt.
Not the sucker, y'all. Yes.
Obviously, I have feelings.
Clearly. She's been, like I said, with me every step of the way. So her feelings are valid and accurate.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So
they sure are.
Yeah. So that's that, you guys. I am single. Don't know if I'm ready to. I mean, I've been single this whole time. Honestly, I've been single this whole time technically, but I don't know. I can't with this head. I hope y'all watch this episode. Yeah, I don't know about the ready to mingle part. Part of me feels like men are
trash.
I love it when you say it because I don't want to say it, but it's just
because they are. Listen, yes, I get it. I'm a married woman. I was talking to my girlfriends the other day, and she was telling me some things, and I was, and she's also married. She's also pregnant, and I was like, you know what? Yes, men are trash. I don't care if you're married or not, and if they're the nicest person on the planet, men are just trash. I love you, dear. And you've taken really great care of me over these past 3 weeks. But sometimes you participate in some trashy behavior. And I'm just like, why aren't you listening to me? I have feelings. Get me some roses. All right. Get me some eucalyptus.
Okay.
Get me some wonton soup.
Okay.
With pork dumplings. Okay. Get me some veggie spring rolls that are extra fried.
Okay.
Hopping hot.
Okay.
Give me some diamonds.
Okay.
I need diamonds. I need some regular Thursday ordinary diamonds.
Okay.
He did get me some diamonds. So
Okay. All right. I'm going to cut you off right now because you got some nerve. You got some diamonds and you want to talk about
those are anniversary diamonds from 2 months ago. Like, I just need ordinary Thursday diamonds. Can I get an amen? Amen.
Not her amen in herself. Y'all have to watch this episode. Please. Yeah, I don't know. Because I just feel like I thought I also was a good judgment of character.
You are.
And again, yeah, that's not the other thing I was going to say. Like, I am a good judge of character. And again, good egg, good heart, but we're not supposed to be good-hearted eggs together, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if this will be me becoming like the rich single auntie who just has a dog all her life. I don't know if this will be me like, I don't know, dating for real or dating to marry. I don't know if this just be me like, I have guy friends and we hang out. I know I'm not ready to start this whole process all the way.
I think you need a break.
I need a break. I mean, maybe if it's someone like I know who I'm interested in, that's fine. But going out and meeting someone brand new and starting over from scratch, like I feel exhausted just talking about it. So, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
You cut out for a second.
Oh, you froze for me. So I didn't know what happened.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. I did not hear the last thing you said.
I just said I feel like starting over would be exhausting, and I feel exhausted even talking about it.
That's because the situationship drained you of all of your energy, literally.
That's true. That's accurate and factual.
Because you put a lot of energy into it.
A lot. And part of me wants to be like, CoCo, what were you thinking? But that's not the question. There's a question there, but I don't know what the question is. Why didn't you do right? That would be the question. Like you don't realize who, and I'm not saying this, you guys, in a cynical, narcissistic, selfish way, but I know what kind of woman I am. I know what I bring to a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you lost a good one. Even if
you say something.
Even if we were just to have remained friends, like you lost a good one.
You could have had a baby, not committal. Helped you with your career just a little. I could have held you down. I don't know the lyrics. And that's the sound.
And I'm not calling you back. Why being
great?
Don't text me. Tell it straight to my face. Yeah, you're right. That's a good insert.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, maybe I need to go to Minnesota. Maybe I need.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
Whoa! What's wrong with
don't.
Minnesota? My man might be in Minnesota. Men marry in Minnesota. That might be a thing.
I feel like you need to go to New York, but we've already had discussions about you in New York.
Why would you do that? You really don't need to find anybody. They got rats up there, and I'm not talking about the animals.
They got rats everywhere.
No,
they got rats in Minnesota.
New York rats? Come on now. Come on, son.
Minnesota's rats are frozen
Minnesota
to the ground.
Doesn't have rats.
You're right. They have raccoons and possums. And
I can't. What is going on with you? Why do you detest Minnesota? What happened in Minnesota?
Lots of things. I don't know.
I really don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, diaphragm. Minnesota Vikings. My man might be in Minnesota, and you're telling me to stay away. But okay.
No, that's not true. Go ahead, go to Minnesota, find your man. You all can go to ice fishing, and you can have 10-pound babies. And
whoa! Did you say 10-pound babies?
No. What else did you want to talk about?
Okay. I've been leading all of these conversations, so how about you jump in and tell me?
I just wanted to listen to you today.
Don't do that. This is not the CoCo featuring CaMi podcast. That's not what this is. I really can't with you. Let's talk about Elon Musk. Do you feel like he is the Antichrist?
I don't know what to think of him. I really don't think he's a real person. I think he's I really do think he's an amoeba that has penetrated or like infiltrated a human body from the dead. Like he took it from like this used to be a dead person. He's like I really do think this is a Looney Tunes Space Jam alien that has taken over a human body, and he's like, I'm just gonna I don't know. This is what I think humans do, and he just so happened to get rich.
Yeah.
Because this is not human behavior. Because who names their babies what?
Asterisk,
However,
ABC 123.
right. This is an alien. I'm convinced.
I'm glad you brought up aliens. So now I have 4 theories. Okay, so 1, alien. Like, yes, he definitely could be an alien. 2, Antichrist, because, you know, you're coming off as human, but you're doing all these things, like, and driving us all to, like, our doom.
Mm-hmm.
3, do you remember the books and the show briefly called Animorphs?
Yeah.
Do you remember? So in Animorphs, for you guys who don't know, like, you know, these kids could turn into animals and they would help people or just do kid things, teenager things that animals could do, then morph back into adults. But there was a thing, the antagonist or the villain, there were these things called Yergs, Yergs. They were like these little worm things, and they would get into your ear and then they would take over bodies. So my 3rd theory is that
a Yerg has taken over his body.
Yep. The Yerg has taken over his body. And my 4th theory is that he could be a time traveler. I feel like Elon Musk could be a time traveler. So those are my 4 Elon Musk theories.
Why a time traveler?
Because when I look at all the inventions and things he's done, SpaceX, the not a flamethrower, PayPal and card systems, Tesla, when I look at all the innovative things he's done, and I know he has a team of people as well, but I'm just like, these are very forward thinking. And also I just feel like they're futuristic. Like I can see Elon Musk being like, yeah, the robots are going to do A, B, C, D, F, G, or I don't know if he's on the side of robots shouldn't replace humans. I don't remember what his stance was on that, but I just feel like his forward thinking futurism reminds me of like the movies when we see things in movies like years ago, and now they're happening in present. So that's why sometimes I'm like, I don't think he just woke up one day and was like, hey, I have all this knowledge and everything. He might have gotten it from the future and then come back. It's just a random theory.
See, that all those reasons make me think that's why he's an alien.
Instead of like future jumping, time jumping.
And he's just brought things from his planet to Earth.
Okay.
Because a lot of his thinking is out of this world.
Cute. That was cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you feel like Elon Musk needs to be stopped? Do you feel like owning, you know, such a public platform like Twitter by a private citizen is something that should be happening?
We need to call the Men in Black and the Ghostbusters to take care of this one.
And the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because I think once the Men in Black people take care of the alien, like his alien ghost corpse is going to be haunting Earth. So we need the Ghostbusters to also capture that. So just to cover all the bases, you know?
Okay. I feel you on that.
Yeah. Because he's a menace. He is a menace to society. He must be stopped.
You guys, we haven't gotten a Jana Joe Kingpin hot take in a very long time. I'm always excited to get those.
He's also kind of scary.
Yes. I don't know if it's like the Edward Cullen paleness that scares me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like I don't know. I feel like even when I've seen him, like recently he was at the Met Gala and Lala was interviewing people and she interviewed him. And even when he was talking, I can't explain it, but the way he was looking at her, I was like, why do I feel like he's doing mathematical equations?
Yeah.
Responding to her?
Doesn't he have like autism or something or ADHD? I thought it was like noted somewhere that he has like some sort of disability. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then that would be 5. It could be that he's just extremely gifted and intelligent, and we are just peons living in his world.
Probably. I still think he's an alien.
Okay.
Just watch. If he starts forming a basketball team, be on the lookout. You heard it here first. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
I cannot, y'all. I cannot. I cannot.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Yes. Come on and jam. And welcome to the spell. Oh, get up and jam. If you want to. Hey, hey.
Okay, you guys. You heard it here first. CaMi, what are some topics that are at the forefront of your mind, on the tip of your tongue?
On the tip of my tongue. Oof. Jeez. I need to read more. I have so many books and I need to just read them.
Okay.
That's one thing that's been on the forefront. I have not made it through my Ariana Huffington The Power of Sleep book. I don't even think that's the title of the book, but I keep falling asleep when I read the book.
Okay.
Like, which is, I guess, helpful, but also not, because I don't know the secrets of sleep. What else? That dress is really just like,
yeah,
stuck in the forefront of my mind because I'm like, how am I gonna make this work?
right.
I am also returning to work next week, and I'm not looking forward to
Ooh,
that.
so much fun.
Ugh.
So much fun.
What else? I really have just been. I've been keeping up with the news, but I'm also just like, all right, it's the news. Like, horrible things are happening every day, so I'm not like, because if I dwell on it too much, then I'm going to be depressed for the rest of time.
Future.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else?
Did you get to watch anything good this week? Any good shows, movies, anything that's been on your to-do list that you got to done?
I watched this documentary called The Nickelodeon Years
What?
or The Orange Years, which is about Nickelodeon from like
Oh.
how it started to like the SpongeBob, Dora the Explorer era of when it like took off and just started making Nickelodeon like all this money. And I was like, wow, just knowing how it started and the people behind the shows and how things just took off. I learned that the three cartoons that really is just like launched Nicktoons were Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy. Oh gosh, what was the third one? And Doug.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, like, and those are just like straight off the bat initial ideas. And I'm like, those three initial ideas was what launched Nicktoons, and Nicktoons became this whole thing that people like watched and like tuned in for. And I'm like, wow, like you just had those. It was amazing to me that how, and this is for a lot of things, like how a tiny idea just gets like, once you get that match going, you've got a fire and the flames are large and in charge and people gravitate towards it. And I think that was really cool. And apparently there was a kids sketch show, I think, called You Can't Do That on TV. And that was before all that. And Kenan Thompson was talking about how like that sketch show is like what is how he defines what Nickelodeon was. And I was like, that's wild for him to say that, because when I think of Nickelodeon, I think of Kenan Thompson on All That and Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all of that was the sketch show for kids. Like I always call all that the SNL for kids. Nice. So I'm like, oh, this is like a full circle moment. And then, I mean, I know that they relaunched All That, but I feel like there should be another sketch show for kids, and like down the line they're going to be like, yeah, like this was my sketch show like that I gravitated towards and all this other stuff, blah blah blah.
It's funny that you said that. First of all, I hadn't heard about this at all, so I'm definitely going to look into this.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It came out in 2018, I think.
Oh, it's not new. Oh, I didn't hear about this like at all.
Every time I'm on Hulu, it's been suggested to me, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch that, and I never do. And we watched it over the weekend. It was good.
Okay, I hope to look into that. It's interesting that you mentioned All That being a sketch show for kids. I saw a promotion today, actually Disney, for the show called The Quest, and it's a reality show for kids. And it really did not sit well with me.
Oh
Basically, it's like
no.
8 kids go to, it seems like a medieval times type like maze or place, and they're trying to either figure their way out or do like events and do like all these like quests and stuff like that. I think it's called the quest, something along those lines. And it didn't sit well with me. I was like, reality TV for children just feels odd. It feels I don't know. I mean, maybe it shouldn't feel that odd compared to scripted television for children, but it just felt like.
Now, when you say reality TV for kids, like, what do you mean? Because we had Legend of the Hidden Temple and Double Dare and Guts. Like, that was reality TV for kids, like game show. So, is it reality TV? There was even like a Survivor for kids.
Really?
Well, I shouldn't call it Survivor. But there was apparently there was that one reality show where like they put these kids like on some sort of farm and they had to work and some of them were dehydrated. It was weird. It was like 2002, I think. And I think it was on CBS. I'm not sure. I have to like look it up. But it was a weird time.
What a time to be alive. Work on the farm and send the camera crew.
Yeah, like they had to sign all of these waivers. Their parents had to sign all of these waivers. I remember they did an interview with one of the kids. I mean, like 20 years later, and one of the kids was like, "Yeah, they didn't give us water."
Oh my goodness!
And I'm like, "Why did you go on this show?"
Right.
I would have to look it up.
Right. I would have to look into it a bit more as well. All I saw was it was like a 1:30 or 2-minute trailer. The vibe I got from it though was not like, oh, this is a game show. It felt like it was like an overnight type of thing, or like we're gonna drop you into this area, but obviously we're watching you. You know, we have cameras and I'm sure we have production staff and stuff, but it gave me like a Blue Lagoon feeling, like when they were kids. Do you remember that? How they got like okay. Blue Lagoon's a movie about, I don't know if they're actually, I don't remember. I just remember that in the beginning they're kids and they have to like figure stuff out on this island until people can find them and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about, when I think about the current reality TV that we have, the trashy, guilty pleasure, not productive, not positive reality TV, and I just think about the seeds that it would be planting and, you know, younger kids. That's just how I think. But maybe because it's Disney and it's quest based, it won't turn into that.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'd have to look.
I'll have to take a look at the trailer.
Yeah.
Speaking of trashy reality,
do you watch Roja?
No, I never got into it.
Okay.
But ever since the whole white refrigerator meme like popped up on the internet, I'm like, okay, I should probably watch Roa. But I watched The Ultimatum on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah. Wild, right? Wild. My other friend and I had such different perspectives on that show, like especially about certain people. Yeah. So, well, where do you want to talk about this now, or do you want to wait till next episode?
We should probably wait until next episode because I have a lot to say.
Okay. Yeah. So The Ultimatum will definitely be on the docket for next week, you guys.
I will say this, none of them were ready for marriage.
None of them. Absolutely none of them.
Absolutely none of them.
I agree.
Even the ones that got engaged before, like they all like broke up. Like, no, none of them were ready for marriage. Yep. None of them. None of them.
Agreed. Second that motion.
Is there anything else that you want to get off of your mind?
No, I feel like I got a lot of stuff off my mind, and you sat here and listened and did not get a lot of things off of yours.
But I don't have anything on my mind, and I think, like, honestly, you needed to get that off of your chest because it was in the forefront of your mind. You were thinking about it a lot.
Yeah,
this has been a journey for you over the past few months, and I think you just kind of needed to let that out, just to not only let the peaches listen in, but I think you needed that for your soul.
Yeah.
And I think you saying that this situationship has ended on record.
On record, right. So I can't publish this episode if it changes.
We've gone back and done retractions.
Update, revisions.
But I didn't know that you were going to say that. Like
I didn't either, but it came out naturally.
It came out naturally, and that was really major. So, I mean, I think you really
mean it this time out of all the times.
It's not that you didn't mean it. It's something in you just was holding you back, and this time you were set free.
Yeah.
I feel like you feel free.
I do feel like it's not weighing on me as much as
you don't feel burdened by it anymore.
For sure.
So,
CaMi.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the Peaches where they can find us?
Hey.
Woo. You'll get me in trouble.
You all can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and you can watch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music,
yes,
Google Podcasts, and YouTube.
Yes.
All of the things you all like. Hey, we are out here in your ears, son. Okay. And in my mind, I'm the best dancer ever.
Okay. It was real great talking to you guys.
You can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put your back into it.
You see what happened when CaMi wears her dad hat backwards? Wild time.
Watch episode 5 of The Mitch's Adventures of Awkward Black Girl, and you will be into it too.
Bye, y'all.